Good morning, students. I welcome you all on my YouTube channel, and today I am going to discuss a very interesting story written by Munshi Premchand. And the name of the story is, rather, title of the story is Deliverance, and deliverance means to get free, to get liberated. So, Munshi Premchand was the pen name of Dhanpat Roy. Okay, Munshi Premchand was not the real name of the writer. His real name was Dhanpat Roy, and he was one of the prolific writers of Indian subcontinent. He published his first collection of short stories in 1907 in a book named as Soze Batan. And Deliverance was originally written in Hindi and later translated in English. And the original title of the story was Sadgati. As we all know what Sadgati means. Sadgati means to get liberated, to get free from the cycle of life and death. I mean, it is a kind of a transcendental state where there is no rebirth. Because in Hinduism there is a great reverence for this moksha or Sadgati and things like that. I mean, where people strive to attain this state. I mean, people try to attain the state of transcendentalism. Okay, this basically this is a short story which is a criticism of Hindu caste system. And the protagonist of the story is Dukhi, as the name suggests. Dukhi means someone who is sorrowful, and Dukhi is a very poor tenor who is looking to set a date for his daughter's engagement. And both he and his wife are worried for the arrangements of the arrangement for the fixation of the date of the wedding date of their daughter. The name of Dukhi's wife is Juria. Both belonged to the tenor community, and Dukhi lives on the margins of society where he has no rights, only obligations and duties, and he is made to believe that Brahman is a holy man. Both are worried about the wedding ceremony of their daughter. They want a pandit to fix the wedding date of their daughter. So they're also worried about the arrangements to welcome a Brahman in their house. They don't have even a court, and nobody will even lend them. And if somebody did that, even from the same community, a pandit, a Brahman, would never like to sit on that court. So they decided to make a leaf plat from the leaves of mahua. Mahua is a plant which is basically considered holy, sacred. So they planned that they will make a plat out of mahua leaves. And Dukhi wants Juria not to touch anything which is meant for pandit, as her touch will pollute it, because they were untouchables. How ironical, isn't it? I mean, Dukhi is considered an untouchable. His touch will pollute everything. Whatever he touches, it will be considered polluted. How come a pandit accept the gifts which is being offered by a pandit, offered by a low caste tenor? I mean, there is so much hypocrisy in this caste system. Ghasiram was a high class pandit. He was considered a holy man. So Dukhi went to his house in order to request him to come to their house and fix a wedding date for their daughter. And interestingly, Ghasiram found an opportunity to exploit him. So he asked Dukhi to sweep the doors, to plaster the sitting room, to bring sacks of straw from the field and chop a very huge wooden log. And Dukhi at once, he started working immediately without taking any kind of rest, because he was only worried about his daughter's betrothal, as he didn't want to make Pandit angry because if anything infuriated Pandit, he would not visit their house, and so he won't be able to fix the wedding date of his daughter. So he was a very poor father, and he started working. And as he was working, it was already noon, and Dukhi ate nothing since morning, and he was also suffering from fever, and he was feeling very hungry. He was damn tired. So he thought of lighting a tobacco pipe. I mean, just a tobacco pipe, and requested Pandit to give some fire to light that tobacco pipe. And this infuriated Panditaine, and she was angry, and she treated Dukhi like a dog. She brought that coal and threw it on Dukhi, and one of the splinter which was burning falls on his head, and he got some bones. And at this, poor Dukhi started thinking that it was a punishment by God which he deserved for entering the house of a Brahmin, and because of this act his respect toward Brahmins increased. Sadly, untouchables were superstitious, and the reason behind their superstitious nature was that they were never allowed to study in schools, and they were always made to believe that Brahmins are holy people. And when Panditaine realized what she did, so she tried to show a little pity towards Dukhi. She wanted to offer him food, but the minute Pandit got to know that she wanted to give little food to that untouchable, he scolded her, and he told her that these untouchables eat like animals. And at this point, I would like to quote few lines from the text. These are the lines told by Pandit to Panditaine. Like, what's a good of 2 or 3 pieces for a tanner? Those people need at least 2 pounds. This statement scared Panditaine, and she didn't offer anything to that poor Dukhi. And despite his hunger, Dukhi started to axe the log again, and that log was very huge. And eventually one of his friend from Gond caste was crossing that road, and he offered to help Dukhi, and the name of his friend was Chikuri. And Chikuru was really upset with the fact that he is working so hard and he has not been given food, and he is not being paid for that hard labor. So Dukhi calms him down, as he is afraid of Pandit Ghasiram. And so Pandit he didn't want to infuriate him basically. So Dukhi kept on working, and he was so tired that he falls asleep. I mean, it is quite natural if somebody is so much tired, they can fall asleep. And when Pandit found out that he was sleeping, so he shouted at him, because Dukhi was a poor tanner, and he was deprived of this right. He could not even sleep, he could not even rest after working so hard. So he started working again, he started working fast, and he thought as if the words of Pandit gave him some sort of strength. So he started axing that huge log again, and for half an hour he repeatedly struck the word. He felt that the words are giving him a sort of power, and finally Dukhi falls down, and he falls down out of exhaustion, and he becomes unconscious. And Pandit tried to wake him up, but the tanner remained unmoved. So after a few minutes he observed that Dukhi is no more, and his body is getting stiff. So Pandit informed the members of tanner community to come and take the dead body away. but no male member of the Tanner community came forward because of the fear of police. And Dukhi's wife and daughter, they kept crying and wailing till midnight in front of Ghasiram's house, and which angered Panditain. So she just make a very dirty statement, and she said, those witches are driving me crazy, they are driving me out of my mind, they are not even hostile yet. I mean, what kind of inhuman treatment was given to the untouchables? And Dukhi's dead body was lying there, and it started rotting up, as nobody from Tanner community came forward. And moreover, it was a big question how a Brahman can touch the body of an untouchable person, and it was against the laws, it was against the laws written in the holy texts, as it was quoted by Pandits. So Ghasiram cursed the women of that family. He was calling them she devils and vampires. And finally, when nobody came around, so Pandit decided to get away from that body. So he made a very loose type of loop, and he threw that loop from a distance and tried to hook up the feet of the dead body, and he was successful in that. He was trying to use that loop in order so that he may not touch the dead body of that poor Tanner. So he was successful. So he dragged the body of poor Dukhi, and just carried it out of the village, and he threw it into the fields. And Pandit returned home and took a bath and recite prayers, and he sprinkled Ganges water all around his house, so that his house may be purified, because it was polluted because of the dead body of the Tanner. And out there in the fields, the jackals, the kites, dogs and crows, they were just picking at the dead body of Dukhi. Ironically, this was the reward for a whole life of devotion, service and faith. After all, Dukhi was a loving father. He just wanted a single thing. He just wanted to fix the wedding date of his poor daughter. And in return, what a Pandit did? He just took away the life of Dukhi, and as well as of his family. As the title suggests, Dukhi gets salvation from the notorious caste system. However, many questions are unanswered in the ending, and they left for the imagination of the readers. Question like, what will happen to the family of Dukhi, whether police will be able to make any kind of justice, and whether somebody will take a revenge of the death of Dukhi, or whether somebody will go and perform the last rites of Dukhi or not. So this is a big question. So this is a very poignant story which tells us about the stigma of casteism or caste system in India, where people are not even given human treatment, and they are treated like animals. I hope you got the story, and if there will be any kind of queries, you can just leave it in a comment section, and I will definitely try to answer your questions. Thank you so much. And finally, I would like to highly recommend this book for the student of BA first year core English. They must purchase this book, the textbook, the individual and society, and they must go through the text of the story if they really want to understand this story deeply. And because you love a story when you go through line by line, when you go through the text. Thank you so much.